The 2010 Clover Hill varsity football season heads into the playoffs as Dinwiddie hosts the 2010 Central Region semifinal game. Dinwiddie comes into this event 10-0, undefeated on the regular season. Cavaliers with an 8-2 regular season stat. Dinwiddie elects to receive the opening kickoff, and it's Cameron McCarthy coming out. He kicks it off for the Cavaliers, and on the receiving end, Dracar Harville. He returns it 11 yards before Nick Solferino and Trevon Rogers bring him down. Dinwiddie out, Chris Hall, 30-yard run, finds some room, down to the Cavalier 47-yard line before Holland Fisher and others make the stop. The Cavalier defense holds off the first Dinwiddie assault. Trevon Rogers with the come-behind takedown. That forces the punt by the Generals. Cavaliers take over, but on their opening possession, it's the fumble by Darius Moffitt, and the Generals will recover. And that's Denny Vaughn recovering for the Generals, and that sets up a good field position with the Generals. Chris Hall making a 14-yard run, and then Hall carries it in from 4 yards out, touchdown, Dinwiddie. Extra point attempt by Scott Thompson is no good, but the Generals take an early 6-0 lead. Scott Thompson kicks off to the Cavaliers. It's a 50-yarder down to the Cav 10, where Tim Thaniel finds trouble holding on to it, finally picks it up. He gets it back to the Cavalier 15-yard line, gain of 5 before Brandon Taylor makes a stop. Caleb out, pass complete. Craig Sprouse, 9-yard gain. And then it's Caleb dropping back. He finds Tim Thaniel, 20-yard gain on this play, down to the Cavalier 42-yard line, and a first down. Joseph Taylor on the stop. Caleb carries for 7 yards before he's finally brought down. Craig Sprouse will pick up 14 yards on this play, catching the pass from Caleb, getting downfield before he's finally brought to a stop by Travaus Jackson. And then it's Caleb sacked for a 6-yard loss, and that'll force Cameron McCarthy to come out for the short punt, sends it down 25 yards, and it's down to the Generals' 12-yard line. Andre Threet gets the call for the Generals, but he coughs the ball up. Craig Sprouse forcing the fumble and then recovering it. So Clover Hill takes over with great field position, and that's going to set up a Joel Caleb pass complete to Holland Fisher from 3 yards out. Touchdown, Clover Hill. Cavaliers right back in this one. Cameron McCarthy's going to come out. He's going to put that extra point right through the uprights. It's good. Cavaliers take the lead 7-6 over the Generals early in this game. McCarthy out, kicks it for the Cavaliers. He sends it down 57 yards where Dracar Harville takes over, and he brings it back 42 yards right up the middle before Cameron McCarthy finally comes in to make the stop. Andre Thweed on the carry for the Generals, gets it 17 yards downfield before Jalen Wood comes in to make the stop. Then the pass from Hall to Dracar Harville, and that one goes for 11 yards before Wood and Peyton Grider are in on the stop. Right up the middle, Chris Hall on the carry, touchdown, Dinwiddie. They're back on the board. The extra point attempt, they go for the two-pointer, the pass from Hall complete. That puts the Generals back out front, 14-17 over the Cavs. Dimitri Evans up the middle. He gets a few yards before he's brought down. Into the first quarter, Cavalier drive brought to a halt. Cameron McCarthy punts it away, and this one finally not taking the Cavalier bounce. General offense back on the attack. Thweet again up the middle, 24 yards before finally Joel Caleb bringing him down, and then it's Thweet on the carry. This time he's brought for a loss, though. Mo Gross comes in to make the stop. Cavalier defense forces the fourth down. Chris Hall punts it down 35 yards, and the Cavaliers take over on their own 20-yard line where Joel Caleb takes it on the first play, 80 yards, heading to the house, touchdown, Clover Hill. Cavaliers right back in this, and Cameron McCarthy's extra point attempt is good. Tied up game, 14-14. Still a long way to go in this game, though. On the sidelines, Joel Caleb getting congratulated by his teammates, Hunter Bottoms and others. 14-14 the score. The General offense back out on the attack. Chris Hall finds Darius Hawkins for 24 yards before Craig Sprouse on the stop. Then it's Hall carrying for 19 yards. He's finally forced out of bounds by Derek Wells and others. Cavalier defense making a strong goal line stand here. Craig Sprouse, Mo Gross, Peyton Grider, and Holland Fisher all in on stops. But finally, Chris Hall finds some room, takes it 4 yards up the middle into the end zone. Touchdown, Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie's extra point attempt fails, but they lead 20-14 midway through the second quarter. Holland Fisher 17 yards on the kickoff return, but the Cavalier offense doesn't get much more than that. Joel Caleb thrown for a loss. They'll punt it away. Generals offense back out. Chris Hall finds Dracar Harville for 23 yards before Derek Wells and Tim Thaniel make the stop. Then Hall finds Harville again for a 9-yard gain. Holland Fisher and Peyton Grider come in to stop. Then Thweet getting a carry for 7 yards before Holland Fisher comes in to make the stop. Big stop by Mo Gross, though. Loss on that one of 1 yard. But to the air goes Hall, and he finds Darius Hawkins 35 yards downfield. That sets up the first down, and Andre Thweet takes it in from 2 yards out. Touchdown, Generals. Pyrotechnics in the Dinwiddie flag waving, going down the sideline, carrying on horseback. Generals extra point attempt. They go for the 2-point conversion, but the pass will be intercepted by the Cavaliers, so that one's nilled out, but Generals lead 26-14. Dimitri Evans is going to bring it back 26 yards on the ensuing kickoff before he's finally brought to a halt. But the Cavalier offense with not much time, and Joe Caleb gets thrown down after a short gain, and the clock expires in the first half. Cavaliers head into halftime down 26-14. Third quarter action, opening of the third, and on the return, Tim Thaniel, he's going to bring it back 19 yards, finally forced out of bounds. Then Joe Caleb, a 5-yard gain. He's forced out of bounds by Brandon Taylor, but that's all the Cavaliers get. Cameron McCarthy kicks it away. It's tipped, and they get it in great field position. Bruce Tucker tipping the kick there. Generals come right out firing. Chris Hall carries it in from 4 yards out, and it's touchdown, Dinwiddie once again. Scott Thompson's extra point attempt goes through the uprights. Dinwiddie leads 33-14. Cavaliers next possession, nilled out, unable to gain anything on offense. Cavalier defense back out fighting. Andre Thweet, 26-yard gain. Then another carry by Thweet. This one a loss. Ian Dorn makes a stop. Then Thweet on the carry again. This one, though, goes 23 yards before he's finally brought down. Then he's thrown for a loss once more as Kyle Flaherty and others force him back. Then Chris Hall finds Trey Gardner for a 1-yard loss as Craig Sprouse comes in to make a quick stop. Fourth down, they go for the field goal, and Scott Thompson puts it in from 27 yards out, 36-14 Dinwiddie. Cavalier offense trying to get something going in the second half. Tim Thaniel returns it 21 yards before Brandon Taylor makes the stop. Cavaliers out offense on the drive now. Jalen Wood on the reception from Joel Caleb's pass. He picks up 8 yards, but that pretty much brings an end to the Cavalier drive and the third quarter. On this play, though, looks like a fumble, but it's called down. That was a fumble. Joe Caleb was picking it up, heading it to the house. That sets up great field position, though, for the Generals, and Chris Hall's going to carry it in once again around the corner. Generals get the extra point attempt through the uprights, and they lead 43-14 with 6:55 left in the game, and the Cavaliers just trying to figure out what they can do to get some points on the board. Tim Thaniel again on the return, 18 yards. Caleb back, looking, finds number 10, Wes Austin, complete on that play, a gain of 20 yards. Then Caleb finds Craig Sprouse, a 15-yard gain. Cavaliers working in the air. Then it's again to the air. Jalen Wood in the end zone, 19 yards out. Touchdown, Clover Hill. Jose Hernandez kicks it through the uprights, low, but gets it over, and the Cavaliers have 21 points with 2:43 left in the game. But chasing the Generals, 43 points. Onside kick tried by the Cavaliers, but it's unsuccessful. That Cavalier defense, though, playing tough right to the end. Mo Gross, Peyton Grider, and others all making nice stops on this drive against the Generals. But the Generals managed to pick up the first down, and with that, they'll just kneel it out and run the clock out. And the Cavalier 2010 varsity football season will come to an end in Dinwiddie. The Cavaliers playing a great game and had a great season, but it ends at Dinwiddie with a 43-21 loss in the Division V Central Region playoffs. Cavaliers 8-3 on the 2010 football season.